Topic 1 is digging up the past. This first unit deals with the study of archaeology. I am an archaeologist who studies the past by analysing skeletons and artefacts in order to understand ancient people, events and cultures.
Topic 2 is called Ancient Societies, Beliefs, Rituals and Funerary Practices. In this unit, we also look at Egyptian funerary methods, discovering why the Egyptians mummified their dead and their afterlife beliefs, and how I, the pharaoh, when I am dead, have to pass through the 12 gates of the underworld, each with its own trials and monster to contend with. I do this so that the sun will rise and save the world. I need to do this every night. This is what a king must do for his people. However, in this unit, you may also look at the rights and roles for women in differing cultures in the ancient world. Here in Egypt, women had the most rights and could inherit or divorce compared to their other cultures that treated their women as the property of their father or husband. I, Ramses the Great, had over 200 wives and 60 daughters.
In Unit 2, which is called Personalities and Their Times, we look at two of the most powerful women in ancient history. Topic 1, Cleopatra. I was the last Egyptian queen in charge of the most powerful and wealthy empires in the ancient world. In order to gain my position, I had to murder my sister. I then married both brothers, which, by the way, was disgusting. But I was also responsible for their deaths. You might call me a serial killer, but there's only one room for the throne. I then seduced two of the most powerful married men in the Roman Empire. This is all for my people, so the Romans would not conquer and destroy them, but despite my scheming and betrayals, it all failed, and I was blamed for the destruction of my empire and had to commit suicide.
I am one of the few queens of Britain, and the only one who dared take on the might of the Roman Empire. When my husband died, Rome said a woman could not rule, so they tortured me and raped my daughters just to prove who was in charge. But I would not accept this humiliation, and I united the Celtic tribes and vowed revenge. I wove a blood pathway of destruction across England. Many Roman heads decorated my halls.
Unit 3 is about reconstructing the ancient world. Unit 3 introduces the boys. Topic 1 is about Philip II of Macedon and Alexander the Great. My name is Philip of Macedon, and I seem to only be remembered because I was the dad of Alexander the Great. However, I was my own man and did what no Greek had ever done. I united Greek under my rule. I did it through betrayal, political manipulation, charm and seduction. I was good looking before I lost my eye in battle, but then I was assassinated and my pipsqueak of a son took over.
I am Alexander the Great, one of the greatest military commanders in history, and was the youngest man to conquer most of the known world in the smallest length of time. My empire stretched from Africa to India. They say Philip was my father, but my mother claims I am the son of Zeus, who impregnated my mother as a lightning bolt. Ouch. I named 70 cities after myself and one after my horse. Yes, I suppose one could say I loved myself, but I was great, and when I died, no one was as powerful enough to hold my empire, and it crumbled.
Topic 2 is all about the medieval crusades. Us crusaders were medieval knights sent by the Roman Catholic Pope to rescue the holy city of Jerusalem from the Saracens in a series of crusades that spanned over 200 years. Despite our supposed good intentions and blessings of the church, we looted, we raped and pillaged our way across Europe, murdering anyone who stood in their way.
The first topic, Rome, Civil War, and the breakdown of the Republic, introduces you to me, Pompey the Great. I was a great military commander, even being compared to Alexander the Great. At the age of 23, I did what no other experienced military leader could do. I raised an army by myself and conquered many nations, including Spain. My mate and later enemy, Julius Caesar, eventually led to my death, when the 14-year Egyptian pharaoh delivered my head to Caesar in a box. Despite our quarrels, Caesar was not happy, and the 14-year-old king learned that the hard way.
The civil war between Pompey and Caesar, however, led the way to me, Caesar, becoming the most powerful man in Rome. I was a man who wanted to be king in a town that was determined to never have another king. This led me to being stabbed 23 times to death by his friends. Talk about being stabbed literally in the back. I came, I saw, I conquered, then I died, but history still remembers me.
The last unit is Augustus. My name was originally Octavian, and I was the adopted son of Julius Caesar. When Caesar was assassinated, I avenged my adopted father, and many decapitated heads ended on Constance. I then surpassed what my adopted father wanted, and became the Emperor of Rome. I renamed myself Augustus and created the most powerful empire at that point in history. An empire that became the basis of many of the countries and empires of the modern world. If you are considering studying ancient history, in order to be eligible, you will need to have received a C class in Year 10 History, as this subject focuses on analytical and research skills. So, if you are interested in learning more about us, or the blood, guts and gore of ancient history, choose ancient history.